and takes us back to the time when Portuguese ruled Goa. They were immensely famous for their bread. The narrator often finds his elder thinking about good old days, those good old days, and telling them that the famous bread date back to the time when Portuguese ruled over Goa. They ponder over the past and tell them that though the Portuguese have left Goa, but the bakers of bread still exist. If not the original ones, their legacy is being continued by their sons. The bakers are still being referred to a pedder. Everything about baking is still the same, ranging from those who mold the bread loaves to the furnace which have survived the ravages of time. The sound of their arrival and thud of their bamboo stick can still be heard just like the olden times. This is like this. You can see the person, and during our childhood in Goa, the baker used to be our friend, companion, and used to come at least twice a day. Once we set out in the morning on his selling round, and then again when he returned after emptying his huge bucket, the jingling thud of his bamboo woke us up from the sleep, and we ran to meet and greet him. Why was it so? It was it for the love of the loaf? Not at all. The loaves were brought by some Pasteen or Destine and the maid servant of the house, but belonged for were those bread bingles which we chose carefully. Sometimes it was sweet bread for special make. So companion a person with whom one spends a time of lot of time. Jingling means make or cause to make a light metallic ringing sound. The narrator recalls that the baker acted as their friend and companion during their childhood days in Goa. The baker used to visit twice a day, once while he was on the round to sell his loaf, and other time while returning back with his empty basket. Having sold all the loaves, it was the sound of his bamboo stick that woke the children up. The children were so excited to meet him and choose from the bread bangles of Cancun he made especially for them. While the bangles were for children, loops were for the adults were that were generally collected by the maid servant of the household. Yes, second part, the baker made this musical entry on the scene with the young sound of his especially made bamboo staff. Staff means stick. Staff means stick. One hand supported the basket on his head, and the other banged the bamboo on the ground. He would greet the lady of the house with good morning, and then place his basket on the vertical bamboo. We kids would be pushed aside with the mild rebuke, and the loaf would be delivered to the servant. But we would not give up. We would climb a bench of the or the parapet or peek into the basket somehow. I can still recall typical fragrance of those loaves for the elders and the bangles for the children. Then we did not even care to brush our teeth and wash our mouths properly. And why should we, who would take the troubles of plucking the mango leaf from the toothbrush for the toothbrush, and why was it necessary at all? The tiger never brushed his teeth. Hot tea could wash and clean up everything so nicely after all. You can see this one is, and the person he is coming to sell his loaf, and after that the children who has not brushed their teeth and wash their mouths properly. They are going near that one, and the fragrance, special fragrance, they love to smell. And after that, you can see staff means stick. It is written here. Rebuke means an expression of disapproval or scolding. Fragrance, a pleasant, sweet smell. Parapet, railing, a low protective wall. Bangles here refers to the bread in the shape of bangles called kakun, kanku. The bakers often made a musical entry with his bamboo stick. His one hand supported the basket on his head while the other dangled banged the bamboo on the ground. He would go house to house and greet the ladies before handing them over the loaves. The, the parents would scold the children and make them stand aside. But as eager as they were, they would climb a bench on or the ball to peep into the basket. They did not even bother to brush their teeth before having those bread bangles because it seemed unnecessary efforts for them to pluck mango leaves from the branch to use them for brushing the teeth. They considered brushing unnecessary because the hot tea could effortlessly wash their mouths, and they thought that animals like the tiger never brush their teeth. They were thinking that uh, tigers never wash their mouth and brush their teeth. So that is why they are saying like this. Marriage's gifts are meaningless without the sweet bread known as the bowl. Just as a party or a feast loses its charm without bread, not enough can be said to show how important a baker can for the village. The lady of the house must prepare sandwiches on the occasion of her daughter's engagement. Cakes and bolinhas are the must and for Christmas as well as other festivals. Thus, the presence of the baker's furnace in the village is absolutely essential. These things were very much essential when there is a engagement, then there is any festival, then there is Christmas. All things were prepared. Yes, feast means a large meal, typically a celebratory one. Bohin, another name of coconut cookies. Bread is an important part of the Gohan culture and it is evident from its presence at every important occasion. From sweet breads at marriages to sandwiches at engagement parties and cakes and coconut cookies at the Christmas as well as other occasions make the presence of the bakers in every village very essential. Yes, the bakers or bread sellers of those days had a peculiar dress. You can see the person who has been wearing this dress known as the kabai. It was a single piece, long frock reaching down to the knee. In our childhood, we saw bakers wearing a shirt and trouser which were shorter than full length ones and longer than half pants. Even today, anyone who wears a half pant which reaches just below the knees invites the comment that he is dressed like a pedder. Understand? Now people are saying he is dressing up just like a pedder. Bakers were known to have worn unique knee-length frock dresses, typically known as kabai. In the narrator's childhood days, he had seen them wearing shirts and pants which length, whose length was shorter than the usual one. It was a part of their identity so much so that even if someone wears that trouser length now, he is said to have dressed like a baker or pedder was as was said in olden day times. You can see the baker usually collected his bills at the end of the month. Yes, money he is taking at the end of the month. Monthly accounts used to be recorded on some ball and pencil. Ball in pencil. Baking was indeed a profitable profession in the olden days. I told you it was that is why the people were saying and in those days, good olden days means they were earning a huge profit from the bakery. Yes, profession in old days, the baker and his family never starved because they were earning enough money. If you have money, you will not starve. You will not starve. His physique was an open testimony to this. Yes, you can see. He, his family, and his servant always looked happy and prosperous. Why they were looking prosperous? Because they were looking prosperous because they have money, they have enough money, and they are not worried about eating things, eatable things. So that is why they were happy and prosperous. And their plump physique, plump means big, fatty. Plump means fatty. Physique, legend was an open testimony to this. Even today, any person with a jackfruit-like physical appearance is easily compared to a baker. Yes, now people were remembering those physiques, and if the person is people is very much robust, and people were thinking about olden days. Plump physique means pleasantly fatty body, fat body. I am telling you, fatty body. Open testimony means public statement about a character or quality. Yes, dear boys, the baker had a way of making monthly record of bills on a ball using a pencil on and them, then collecting the money at the end of the month. Baking has always been a profitable profession. The baker's family and workers have always been happy and joyous. The baker was usually fat, which was proof that he had a lot to eat, and hence was a proof of his richness. Very good. So if you are fatty, if you are a plump figure, it shows that you are rich person. Even to this day, someone with a well-built body is compared to a baker. So this is the first lesson of your book, Glimpses of India. Question answers I want to discuss with you. What are the elders in Goa nostalgic about? The narrator often finds his elders thinking about those good old days, and telling them about the famous breads that date back to the time when Portuguese ruled over Goa. They ponder over the past and tell them that though the Portuguese have left Goa, but the bakers still exist. If not the original ones, their legacy is being continued by their sons. Legacy you know very well. And generation after generation, they are adopting the same profession. It is called legacy. Is bread make is bread baking still popular in Goa? How do you know? Yes, bread making is still popular in Goa, city of Goa. It is evident from the existence of time-tested furnace, mixtures and molders. The legacy of bakers is being continued by their sons. You will find a bakery in every Goan village, as bread is an important part of Goan culture. Yes, question number 3. What is the baker called? The baker is referred to as Pedder in the city of Goa. Question number 4. When would the baker come every day? Why did the children run to meet him? The baker would come twice every day during the later childhood days, once in the morning to deliver the loaves of bread, and secondly in the evening on his return after selling his stock. The children would go running to him to take the special bread bangles he had made for them. So you can see, match the following marriage gifts for a party or a feast, for a daughter's engagement, for Christmas. For marriage gift, sweet bread all bowl. Okay. And next one is for a party feast bread. And for Christmas, cakes and bullens. And after that, and which one is left? Daughter's engagement sandwiches. You can write here. Yes. What are the bakers wear? In Portuguese days, the baker wore a unique knee-length frock dress typical known as kabai. In the Portuguese days, and the author was young. In the author's childhood days, he had seen them wearing shirts and shorter than usual pants. So this is I am telling you question number 7. Who invites the comment? He is dressed like a pedder. Why? During the narrator's childhood days, the baker had a peculiar dress. They wore shirts and shorter than usual pants. Thus, someone is seen wearing pants of this much length. They invite the comment. He is dressed like a pedder. Yes. Question number 8. Where were the monthly accounts of the baker recorded? The monthly accounts of the baker were recorded on some wall with a pencil. We have so many. Okay, we have question number 9. What does a jackfruit like appearance mean? Jackfruit like appearance means a well built or plump physique similar to a jackfruit. In those days, bakers had plump physique because baking was a profitable profession. His family and servant never starved and were prosperous. So, questions, this one you can do yourself. So, I think 39 people, 36 now. So, okay, my dear boys and girls, you should ask others to join the class also. Okay, this is your responsibility. Fajlur Khan ji, do you listen me? Okay, boys and girls, we will meet